Welcome back. And today we're here with Elliot Hughes, Stephenson, and Hannah Salamon-Vegh to discuss current events. And on this next portion, I want to talk about your guys' thoughts on China encroaching on Canada's mineral industry and how the Liberal government is handling it. Because it's more than just minerals. The encroachment is coming from all angles. And I just wanted to hear what your thoughts about that, because as you know, there's a societal divide that's happening in the world. And I think the more rights that we give to other countries, especially on industries that are very prominent within Canada, the more it encroaches upon us and our sovereignty and how we fare in the world. Elliot, given your background, I thought you'd be a great person to discuss this with.
Yeah, a very interesting article this weekend in the Globe and Mail talking about a Canadian company that makes an important, piece or has a mine in Canada that has an important piece that makes cell phones and other important, for EVs and so on. This is unfortunately something that we've been seeing and hearing a lot more about recently. Over the last number of years, China has aggressively been trying to buy up companies, not only in Canada, but throughout the world, to secure the minerals that they need, in some cases other things as well, that they need in order to succeed, economically in the future. Canada is getting better at this. Having served for the Minister of National Defense, I was involved in reviewing deals and understanding sort of what was happening and going through that process. However, you get these ones that slip through the cracks. We need a much tighter strategy as a country. We need to be able to say no when it's of national interest, as in this case it was, and we should have said no. And it's hard to understand how this slipped through the cracks. China is poking and prodding a lot of different areas, but we need to get a lot tougher and a lot better. We're getting better, but we got a lot more work to do in order to stop sort of selling off some of these key companies to what is an emerging and very difficult challenger and foe on the world stage.
Yeah, because really, at the end of the day, why was it so important for China to have it? Because, a Chinese company, or usually these are state-owned companies. And why was it so important? Because this particular piece, this mining piece, is so pivotal, like we discussed, for cell phones. And so at the end of the day, not many other countries or other places have this. So that's what makes this so key and so pivotal. And we've lost it, but yet I'm not seeing anything else coming from the Liberal government to try to amend and fix it. What are your thoughts, Brock?
Canada has a long history of being concerned about foreign ownership of our resources. It used to be mostly about the United States. Now that we see the emergence of China, I think this is a similar concern, but I think that Canada's lost its focus on these issues. There have been Chinese investments that have been rejected, such as a gold mine in Nunavut a few years ago. But with the dependent on the global electronics industry focusing on manufacturing in China, the resources are required in China. And that's part of our challenge as China's investing in Canada or Africa or Latin America to have these resources extracted and exported to China. Already half of our exports to China are resource-based. I think this is a challenge for us, and the government doesn't seem to have a consistent focus on how it reviews these investments.
Or a policy, or even a consistent policy on it, because, the argument could be made is given, the state of the world and where we're at, I mean, there should be some national type of policies that protect certain industries and businesses for the betterment of Canada. And to me, I think that, like you said, there's no consistency in any part of it, and we don't even understand, nor do I see anything to try to fix it. Hannah, what do you think about that?
Yes, the Trudeau government has been giving China a pass the entire time he's been in office. And in the last 5 years, less than 1% of the buying out of Canadian companies by Chinese ones have been subject to in-depth security reviews under Section 25.3 of the National Security Act, and almost none were blocked. And including in the last year, out of the 826 foreign investment filings, Canada conducted only 11 Section 25.3 reviews. And especially during COVID, we saw, even like producing masks and PPE and all these different types of things like that. We don't have the industry to produce that because either we're making them in China or China is buying out our factories here. And Canada is helping China become the superpower that it's on its way to be. And we're giving our resources away to an enemy, which is an incredibly dangerous thing to do.
I'm not quite sure if I agree with China becoming a superpower. I would argue China is a superpower. The question is is how strong are we going to make them? Because
and
as
it's
I
hard
mentioned-
if Canada, it's just say we have a conservative government come in next. It's very hard for Canada to start to do protectionist policies after a country like China has bought up so many of our resources, because literally the enemy is within. It's not without anymore, it's within.
Exactly. So to that point, we're going to come back with our next subject. Thank you very much, and we'll see you soon.